Hello, my loves. How are you? I know it's been a bit. I'm still landing. I want to just do a few really quick announcements. I do have sessions open for next week for any of you who feel guided to connect. Also, I just recorded and posted a message for the Divine Masculine Collective, a very specific portion of the Divine Masculine Collective that may still seem or appear to be very frozen or sort of disconnected from their higher self. Seems and feels, and I'm seeing and sensing that this is actually preparing to thaw. And there's quite a bit coming through with that. So we'll see where that stream unfolds to. But for any of you who feel guided, you're welcome to connect with that. I'll pin that below with my schedule as well. So today I kind of just want to open up and see where the overarching energies and the most beneficial messages for you are and what wants to come through. All right. I do feel right out of the gate that we are clearly landing in the next phase. There's tremendous amounts of shifting occurring. Many of you may have actually made physical moves or be in process of the physical moves. We're seeing lots of extremes on the planet, even within our weather systems here, right in the States. And yeah, I just want to open it up. I think I'm going to go into divine feminine and divine masculine messages today. I know that I haven't been on as much as usual, so I want to bring in whatever is needed. And let's see what unfolds. I'm going into the Priestess of Light. Adjustments, looking back, moving forward. So this is immediately taking me to a big part of what is occurring for many, especially, I would say, at this moment, the feminine collective, because so many have really been pushed forward. And there is this sense of things from the past opening up. So it's like all this newness is opening up in front of you, but simultaneously, there's this energy that is thawing from the past. Okay, so it's like as you move forward, something that you couldn't see that was sort of like a blind spot is opening. And I feel like this may intersect with the same blind spot that we spoke about on that Patreon video. It's a part of the shared space, a part of the connection that had been frozen. My sense as I say this is that some of it does feel like from this life, this incarnation, but I'm feeling very deeply this is going back to the original core separation wound as well. I want to go deeper into this because I feel with the feminines holding the perspective and the awareness, like looking at it from that eagle eye perspective, while simultaneously landing is going to be important. This also came through at the end of the Patreon message that many of the feminines are going to that next phase and are being called to hold two spaces. One, stabilizing, moving forward, sharing her perspectives, and really blossoming into everything she's been learning, but also simultaneously, as she's reopening to the world in a new way, she's also holding a stabilization point for the counterpart, but also the general collective. And so this is what many, if not all of the feminines have been in process of training for, right? Each within your own individual, unique perspective and experience. I'm not saying that it needs to look or be a certain way, but you may find that you are now really balancing those scales of moving into the new and simultaneously holding space and stabilization for the collective to now go to their next steps of thawing, unraveling, and preparing for that higher self embodiment. Okay. But this is also why your perspectives and everything you've been learning are going to be called to the forefront, right? You're going to be looked to, right? Others are going to be seeking you out for your wisdom and for what you have been learning to embody, okay? And I can feel where this is opening because I also sense that there's going to be some of those rocky energies at times, right? There's still going to be people who are not able to accept or receive you. That's okay. You're not here for everyone. You're here for those who resonate and connect with you. Okay, remember that. You stabilize back to your heart and your truth, right? That's part of this ascension process. Okay. I do want to get a couple more for the feminines. Wow. Okay. So, right out of the gate, this Knight of Swords came out, and there is this dual energy that I'm feeling with this. And many of the feminines will probably relate to this, where you witness the masculine running away from you or running from the connection. And then simultaneously, you also feel where he's tapping you on the shoulder and calling you forward. Okay, this feels deeply connected to not the feminine specifically in the sense that she's doing anything wrong, right? In this moment, what's coming to me, it's sort of an indication of where the masculine is and where that higher self is aware of the connection, and the physical human self may still be running from himself in areas. This is like this frozen part that we're talking about. Of course, you can look at your system and see where it may be coming up for you. Excuse my voice, it's going through something as we're speaking. Excuse me. And wow. What's coming to me is that this looking back there as this energy is moving forward. Like I said, the feminines are opening up to the new, but it's opening up past frozen energies. So what I'm getting is that there actually is spaces for the feminine to embody more deeply into. Again, this doesn't mean you haven't done enough. It doesn't mean you've gotten it wrong. It means as we move forward, we're holding a bigger space, so more is revealed. Okay. More is revealed. Your job, stabilize, temper, balance, embody. Stabilize, temper, balance, embody. Okay. I might come up with a mantra like that. Stabilize, temper, balance, embody. Right? It's like just come back to yourself, stabilize within yourself in the earth, temper and balance whatever is coming up, and focus on bringing your essence and embodying into the places and spaces. If they're uncomfortable, if they're frozen, if they're shared spaces, all you have to do is call yourself home to that place, bring in the results of who you are now, allow whatever is no longer relevant to the version of who you are now unravel, dissolve, and complete. Embody your truth of who you are now into those spaces. Okay. We have this Nine of Pentacles, which I feel is sort of representing where you're bringing the fruits of your labor more deeply into the physical world. So these weird or uncomfortable spots or frozen spots that are opening, especially if you're noticing things in the shared space, or if you are working on them yourself and they're not moving, ask if it's connected to the shared space and if it's aligned to bring thawing and supportive energies to that space, bringing the results of who you are now to stabilize more deeply into your stream. Card fell face down. It's the devil. Okay. This feels to me like where you've been working on the shadows. Wow, my voice. Where the communication is thawing, right? Because we've been working a lot on that, especially over the last few months. I want to pull more with this because it's in the sideways position and it was face down. So I feel like a lot has been processed. And I also feel that there's more that's ready to thaw out. We're going to go into the shaman dream for this one. Wow. This wasn't happening. Oh, wow. Okay. Sky bridge possibility for union. So this is bringing me to that most recent strengthening communication session that I did, where we cleared out and worked to clear out the spaces and places between the counterparts. I myself am going to re-listen to that session. I'm going to put it in the pinned comments. I also spoke about creating a new one very soon to support the thawing of these processes. But if you're wanting something to support in the moment, that strengthening communication may be a good place to start. So, wow, this is sort of coming to me at this pivot point where the feminines, it's like what I'm seeing is the sky bridge, the saying the middle point, right? Like we've reached this precipice, this middle point of the initiation, of the ascension of the space. We're in 2025. It's been said, and I've heard that planet Earth will go through more transformation between 2020 and 2030 in 10 years than what has happened in 10,000 years. We are at that midway point. We're coming out the other side, right? We're ready to build momentum into the new. Is the work done? We're still working, right? We're still cleaning up that bridge, right? We're still cleaning up the 4D bridge, holding space to allow the masculine collective to thaw and to complete their next steps and stages as we continue to work on ours as sacred feminines. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit deeper into this sky bridge possibility for union. Ooh. Okay. So the moon flipped out and fell in my lap. Again, this feels like where we've gone to the depths, right? We know how deep these connections go. And again, it's signifying to me again that we are at this midway point. It's really taking me back to that energies of continuing to temper, continuing to wield and balance and harmonize the sacred elements, your essence, your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And I can really feel deeply the importance of really having practical ways to embodying the higher energies into physical form. This is not only going to bridge our own lives more deeply and help the collective, but it's also going to bridge and meet the masculines in the material physical world. Now, I did a post on my other channel the other day. I have not actually posted a video there in months. And it's become very clear that what I'm meant to do over on that channel is to bridge and bring more deeply practical ascension embodiment tips and perspectives to the collective, right? The ones that I've learned, the ones that I work with and will continue to embody into for myself. So if you're interested, I'm also gonna put that channel in the pinned comments. Again, I haven't posted there in a while, but as you can see, we're really building momentum into that. So, harmonious hearts will continue to remain sacred space for the divine feminine and masculine collectives. And the other channel, Danielle Wilk, will be going more deeply and specifically into how we are embodying and stabilizing the energies for ourself and for whatever is to come on our beautiful, gorgeous planet. Okay. All right. I know this is a lot. I know I haven't been here as much as usual because I'm in such a big transition for myself. But in the next week or two, I will be coming on in new and deeper ways. So stay tuned for that. Again, I'll put all of my information in the pinned comment. I would love to hear from you. I've been missing connecting with you all. So again, I would love to hear from you. Let me know how you're doing. I know that this solstice energy was quite intense, also very beautiful, a lot landing, a lot opening. And again, very clearly, we are moving forward, but simultaneously looking back to retrieve, thaw, and heal whatever is necessary for the next phase. Thank you so much for your continued presence here and on our beautiful planet and with yourself and your own ascension embodiment. I'm sending you so much love. And again, I'll see you soon. Take care, loves. Bye.